I want to share with you the most beautiful summer veg pasta dish that you're going to absolutely love. It's celebrating all the veggies that are really good right now. Full of flavour, full of colour and full of vibrance. And you can have it hot or cold as a salad, so it's a great recipe to learn. So let's get cooking. So put this pan onto full whack, and what we're going to do is blister the peppers first to bring out a smokiness, kind of those barbecue vibes. So look, with the peppers, a little tip, just get your thumb in there and just pop it down so you can pull out the lovely stalk like that. You can tap out the seeds, and then that way you don't waste any. Sometimes I see people using a knife and they cut it all off, and then you get about, a quarter of the peppers going in the bin, right? So we're not gonna waste anything. If you want to as well, you can save those seeds, put them in a little envelope, dry them, and you can plant them out in the garden if you like growing things. So that's quite a cool thing to do. Slice it about 1.5 centimeters thick, one way, and the same the other way. So rough chop. If you wanna use different coloured peppers, you can. Red peppers are fantastic, lovely and sweet. So no oil. They're gonna blister and scald, and it'll kind of bring out a nice smoky flavour. It's gonna be delicious. Full of colour, full of flavour, look at that. So while that is doing its magic, 2 red onions, take the skin off, cut the onion the same size as the peppers. So look, there you go. Come and have a little look at the peppers. In no time at all, can you see how they just caught? I can smell in the air savoury sort of smokiness. That's going to add flavour to your pasta sauce, right? Different level of flavour happening right now in the pan. We'll go in with the onions. Give them about 4 minutes. You can kind of tell when it's just starting to look nice and mildly charry. That'll be great. So look, as we bring this sauce together, we're going to use garlic, 4 cloves. Just finely slice those. What I love about this recipe is you can start and finish it in about 20 minutes easy. Minus the pasta, this is actually a really good technique for a lovely little side dish of veg, which is nice. You can add different veg to it as well if you want to put aubergine in there, peas, things like courgettes. It's a brilliant method for cooking veggies. At this stage, you can see it's softened up. You've got a bit of char there, really, really nice. Go in with the garlic, a little bit of seasoning with salt and pepper. Couple of good tablespoons of oil. Can you hear the difference? Completely different sound, right? So now we're going to a place where the oil is bringing out the sweetness. I'm going to use a dried herb, oregano. Dried herbs are so good. They're not better or worse than fresh. They have a different, more savoury, intense flavour. About a teaspoon of oregano go in there. If you want to use thyme or rosemary, you can. This is a very, very flexible recipe. Come and have a look at this. Can you see how it's completely changed? It's smelling amazing. So, 400 grams of beautiful tomatoes. If you can get them on the vine, brilliant. Roughly chop them. This, by the way, will give you 2 of your 5 fruit and veg a day in one lovely little lunch, or dinner, of course. In we go with the fresh tomatoes, like that. This is for 6 portions, right? You can have it hot as a pasta, you can have it cold as a salad. So even if you make it one day and there's only 2 of you or 4 of you, keep those leftovers and they'll be delicious as a salad. Now we've got the tomatoes in there, mix it up, and then one thing I love to add is just a little tablespoon of vinegar, ideally red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, and what it gives you is this incredible kind of sweet and sour vibe. The Italians call it agrodolce, sweet and sour, and that is so good. It's so good with the cheese, it's so good with the pasta. It really gives you another layer of flavour that's going to make this pasta dish really loved in your home. So I'm going to still just a little bit of water to put over this. Turn this sauce down now, and the last part of this sauce is feta cheese. More traditionally, you could use ricotta, but feta people love, and it is fantastic cooked. Just snuggle it in there. Look at that. We can give it a little kiss of olive oil, pepper in there as well. Put the lid on, turn it down to low, and magical things are going to happen in that pan. Whatever you do with this, it's going to be gold. So let that just kind of tick over for the same time, 10 to 12 minutes, as cooking your pasta. So in you go with 450 grams. I'm using farfalle. Make sure you season the water, very important. Give it a little stir. Put the lid on. As soon as it comes up to boil, I'll take the lid off. So look, these are going to cook for about 12 minutes. So it's a nice little 20-minute meal, full of flavour. All happening on the hob, so no ovens, no grills, really easy. And that's a nice family-friendly recipe that I know you're going to love. Right, let's have a little clean out. So have a little look at this. After 10 minutes, Look how that sauce has cooked into the feta cheese and the feta cheese has cooked into the sauce. This is going to be delicious. The pasta had about 10 minutes. It's supposed to have 12. So the reason I slightly undercook it is because if you're going to have it as a salad, it's quite nice to have a little bit more body. But also, if you're not going to have it as a salad, just cook it for the last minute in this sauce and it sucks up all that beautiful flavour. Fold that feta through. Can you see how it's just breaking up? Look at that. Look how tender that feta is. Creamy, tangy, utterly delicious. Look at it. Oh, it smells amazing. Really nice comfort food. Now, at the last minute, it's nice to add some herbs. So just roughly chop that rocket. People often use the rocket as a salad leaf, but it's actually a herb. And it's got a really nice peppery taste. And with the sweet tomatoes and the sweet peppers, it works beautiful. But look at the colours. Just joyful. Look at that. Gorgeous. So I like to serve this on a big old platter. And for this time of year, when people are having barbecues or little things outside or picnics, you know, really, really nice. You can see how creamy this is. Look. These last little bits of rocket, just put those over the top. That is an absolute corker of a recipe. Big, bold flavour. People are going to eat that and go, oh my Lord. The feta cheese, the smokiness on the peppers, really, really good. Right, let's have a little try. Look at that. So creamy. And that's the feta cheese there, it just folds through. Mmm. It's so good. Wow. It's really, really creamy and fulfilling. It's sweet. It's got a tiny sourness there. You've got the pepper from the rocket. It's so good. And you'll feed like 6 people easy out of that. Any leftovers you can have as a cold salad. You could even reheat it again as an al forno. Delicious, crispy on the top. Beautiful. So what are you waiting for? Guys, you've got to make that. Get down to Tesco, get the ingredients and get cooking, get enjoying. If you want this recipe and loads more inspiration, simply go to tescorealfood.com and enjoy. Click the link for the recipe.